and that's where art comes in. You can be reading something about Moby-Dick, and it might stir something about your own desires to move on from, say, living with your parents and needing to get out and explore the world. Um, and so that's what art does, and art uh, has that power that no other form of communication does. That's why it is the highest form of communication. Writing, in particular, is the highest form of general art, because you're basically talking about a medium with some some other form of scribbling on it. These things, we can recognize A, B, C, or D. We can recognize 1, 2, 3, plus, minus sign, but these are basically just scribblings that, unless you know and have learned that particular, they're utterly meaningless. But you put these things onto a medium, and to understand that. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't get, and that's what I meant when I said writing is ideas. And uh, so you basically, eyes developed something like 600 million years ago, the first known eyes, maybe even over a billion years ago. But the first eyes in multicellular animals that are vaguely similar to ours developed 600 million years ago. So I can look, if I take off my eyeglasses, if my eyes were any good, I can look at something and I can get a stimulus. If I'm looking at a Rembrandt painting, for example, and Rembrandt's one of the great portrait artists, and you can look at a self-portrait Rembrandt did of himself, and you can see just the way he uses paint or something, you get a look that he may have had in 1683, and you don't know what it is about, but you understand that man to a certain degree. That's communication at the speed of light. I'm listening to music. Music is something that doesn't have much intellectual content, but it emotionally seeps into it. You need intellect to create music, but not to enjoy it. Uh, and so there you're getting the oral sensation or the visual sensation. But language is different. It's the closest thing to telepathy, because it's totally abstract. It's an abstract medium with something abstract on it that can contain something far greater than just, say, listening to even Mozart or Beethoven, or if you like the Beatles or Led Zeppelin. You can listen to a great song, but it's only going to take you so far. And uh, and the highest of the art forms, and the highest of writing, is poetry, because poetry packs the most with the least, basically. You don't have to even have a strong narrative in a poem. You can have a 3, 4, 5 line poem, a haiku, 3 lines, 17 syllables, and if it's really good enough, you can get an image or a moment